It is that time of the week again, and it is Championship predictions time. We start off tonight with Wrexham against Birmingham. We'll be looking at to round 9 of the Championship, the final round before the second international break in October, and we'll be trying to predict all the Championship games in round 8, which is the first midweek round. It was meh. It was alright. It wasn't great for me. A couple of bob-ons. Blackburn to lose at home to Swansea, which I think is quite a good prediction because I was quite sort of nifty with that one. But got it right, bang on. And I predicted a Bristol City outcome perfectly. It was Bristol City 1, Ipswich 1. You can check out my match review on that video on the channel as well. And I got one correct outcome, which is Hull against Preston. So ultimately, compared to round 7, a bit of a drop off, but still not absolutely terrible. We'll start off with round 9 then, shall we? I'll get into it. Wrexham against Birmingham is the first one. Wrexham got a good draw at Leicester. Birmingham drew at home to Sheffield Wednesday late on, late goal, late equaliser, but still not completely convincing. This is obviously the Hollywood derby, two biggest sort of fishes in the League One pond last season. Wrexham will be hoping for that first win at the racecourse. I don't think they've won there yet, have they? Might be mistaken, but feels like they're still starting to move in the right direction slowly. Conceding less goals, making Broadheads into the team. There's a massive player for them. Birmingham's still not completely sort of clicking, are they? I'll go for the draw. I think I've been a lot of draws in the Championship lately, so that might be a theme in this week as well. So I'll go for the draw to start things off. I'll go Wrexham 1, Birmingham 1. Blackburn against Stoke is up next. That's the first game on Saturday. Blackburn really struggling at the minute. Lost home to Swansea. Obviously lost against Charlton 3-0 on the weekend, so they could be on for 0 points this week. Stoke, a good point at Borough. I thought they'd narrowly lose out, but good value for a point. It looks like I do feel that Blackburn should start to get moving relatively soon. So I'll back them for a point here, so not go for a three game defeat in a week. So I'll go for a draw. I'll go for 1-1 again. I'll go Blackburn 1. Stoke 1. Hull against Sheffield United. The Ollie McBurney, the John Lundstrom, the John Egan derby. Quite a few ex Sheffield United players have been transferred between the clubs. This should be fun. Sheffield United lost at home to Southampton. Sheffield United did not lose home to Sheffield United. They lost at home to Southampton. Wasn't great defending. It was a bit of a tight game. Took the lead. They'll want better at Bramall Lane. This will be a tough game. Hull are pretty decent. They were 2-0 down pretty early on against Preston. Bad start, but then quickly came back to draw that 1-2. Ollie McBurney looks really good. He's probably good for a goal against his former club. I'll go for a third straight draw, but this time I'll go Desmond. I think there's goals in this one actually. Two relatively decent attacking sides, can be a bit open both of them. So I'll go Desmond. I'll go Hull 2, Sheffield United 2. Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry. Coventry looked really good. Did I back them to beat Millwall? No, I didn't. I thought they'd draw. They went there and won 4-0. These guys are scoring goals for fun. Hadji Wright, Thomas Asante, Ellis Sims. They've got goals in that team galore. Frank Lampard's got them playing really good football. And the theme with Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough though so far this season is if you score early on, you'll probably win the game. Pretty convincingly. Might even probably keep a clean sheet as well. So I will go for a 2-0 away win for Golf instead of 3-0, which might, it's definitely going to be an amazing start. Coventry much better than they have had in recent years anyway. Bristol City against QPR next. I don't really know where to stand on this one because QPR have been really, really good lately. And then drew at Sheffield Wednesday, which is a bit like, not great. And they conceded early on, which doesn't help with how Wednesday's sort of performing at home at the minute and the situation around them at Hillsborough. And then drew home to Oxford, which not the worst result in the world. Bristol City actually lost home to Oxford, so it's not actually terrible, but maybe quite disappointing considering they just won three in a row prior to that. They've got goals in their team. Bristol City sort of, I know it was a bit of a mixed performance against Ipswich, wasn't great. we're still obviously missing a lot of our key players. I think it's 6 outfield players: Campering, Max Bird, Joe Williams, Max O'Leary, Jason Knight. I'm missing one more. I'm sure I am. Luke McNally, maybe, if I didn't mention him. Missing some key outfield players who could be very important to this team, and we're still sort of competing right near the top of the division. I think we're good value for a point. It would be nice to end this block of games with a win and go into the national break on top with a win. But I'll go for a draw. Just to be cautious, I'll go Desmond. Again, that's a 4th draw in 5 games. I'll go Bristol City 2, QPR 2. Derby against Southampton next. Derby, not quite convincing yet. I thought they'd get going under Eustace, but they haven't. They haven't done. Southampton, you feel like they maybe needed a little bit of a lucky, maybe tight game, narrow win, maybe on the road, and that would be the catalyst of their season kicking off. Done that, and they've done that at Sheffield United. Ross Stewart, a couple of goals. We know that Southampton have quality littered throughout their squad. It just needed that catalyst. Is that catalyst the win at Sheffield United? Possibly. It wasn't convincing. It wasn't the greatest performance from Saints. Derby struggling a little bit at Pride Park as well, aren't they? So yeah, I'll go for the away win. I'll go for Southampton to go to Derby and win. I'll go Derby 1, Southampton 2. Millwall against West Brom next. This is absolutely screaming out 0-0 for a lot of reasons. Millwall lost 4-0 at home in the midweek, so Alex Neil might well go, just shut up shop here. Don't give too many chances away and maybe try and nick a goal. West Brom will be happy enough with a point, I reckon, but considering they'd won on the road in midweek at Norwich, which was a good result for them. So yeah, I'll go for the 0-0. I'll go for another draw. Millwall 0, West Brom 0. Pompey against Middlesbrough is a very fascinating game because Pompey you'd expect to be really strong at Fratton Park, which is not really transpired this season. They drew at home to Watford, which is a slightly disappointing result considering Watford are in a bit of a pickle and a lot of pressure on Bettolano, etc. But from what it looks like, Pompey created lots of chances and were a bit unlucky. Middlesbrough, it's an all right enough point for them against Stoke. Competitors are in the top of the division at this moment in time. Keep going, keeps the unbeaten run going. So not terrible for Borough. I might go for another draw then. Yeah, why not? I can't separate these two, to be honest. I'm a bit scared of picking a winner. I'll go Pompey 1, Borough 1, the safest scoreline in the Championship. Preston against Charlton, and once again, this is screaming out 0-0. The Thierry Small derby, isn't it? He made the move from Charlton to Preston in the summer. Yeah, both sides I think will be happy enough with a point. Derby got a point on Charlton got a point at Derby on the road. Lovely goal from James Bree. Preston got a point at Hull, but considering they made such a fast start and started so well, went 2-0 up so quickly, that would have been disappointing for them. So yeah, I think I'll go for another draw. Yeah, why not? Preston 0, Charlton 0. Heckingbottom and Nathan Jones shake hands on that one. Swansea against Leicester. Now, I was right with Swansea against Blackburn, and I'm quite proud of that prediction. So I need to maintain that up. I need to maintain that same standard. So does Swansea. They've been impressive lately. I've really liked the look of Swansea and Alan Sheehan. Leicester, bit not entirely convincing. Drew at home to Wrexham, which again, the end of the season might not be the worst result ever, but just after some good early performances, some good early results, just flattering a little bit. 4 draws in a row, I think it is for the Foxes. And this will be a tough game for Leicester, actually. So I might go for the Swansea win. In fact, I will. Yeah, I will. Swansea 2, Leicester 1. I think Swansea playing pretty well. Watford against Oxford is next. That's a bit of a mouthful, but not particularly convincing again from Watford. But they've got the quality in that team. Got some quality in that team. Iran Kundo's taken off in the first half for Rocco Vata, which is a bit interesting, but they came back to get a point at Fratton. In the end, Oxford point at QPR is not the worst result in the world, I guess, but they need a little more, and it probably doesn't help that they're away from home on the final game for the international break. They've only won 1 game so far. It has been on the road though. I might go for a bit of a curveball. Completely forget what I've just said for the last minute or so. I'm going to go for an Oxford win. I'm going to go for Oxford to go to Watford and shut them out. Gary Rowett special. Watford 0, Oxford 1, which might be the end of Paolo Pezzolano. We'll see. And finally, this might be the biggest game of the weekend, actually. Probably is. Don't know. Is this derby better than the Hollywood derby? It is Ipswich versus Norwich in the East Anglian derby. We know about the record. Ipswich haven't beaten Norwich in 16 years. And actually, I don't think Norwich have not scored. So Ipswich haven't shut out Norwich at Portman Road since the late 90s, 1998 potentially. So goals in this for Norwich, possibly. But they're really struggling. They're really struggling. 5 straight home defeats. The results have been better on the road, but the performances haven't been much better. Conceding a lot of shots, Coventry and Stoke. It feels like they need a good performance. They need something to go into international break with. A point here wouldn't obviously it's just a point, would mean a lot to those Norwich fans and I think do the Norwich squad and the players at Manning a lot of confidence. But honestly, I cannot see that happening. I think the 16-year unbeaten record ends here. I think Ipswich's star quality, the fact that they rested players again against Bristol City, saving for this game on Sunday, like Philishine, Egley, Kiyust, sort of all on the bench. I think they do it, and I think they'll win. There'll be goals in this as well for Ipswich. Ipswich 3, Norwich 1 is my prediction for the East Anglian derby. That is it though. Thank you very much for watching. Get your predictions in the comment section down below, as I always say. And yeah, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will be back probably for the match review for City's game against QPR. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Keep safe, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.